welcome. This is Ashley's Heart Song on the Win-Win Women TV network. This is the place where we get out of the stress and back into our body, our life, and our business. When we tap into the song of our heart, that is when we master the mind and the stress that steals our life. Welcome to today's show. This show is all about weight, when the body whispers and doesn't shout. I love this topic, and it is very, very close to my heart because I used to be one of those that lived on the scale. I weighed several times a day, hoping against hope that the number would be different by pounds, right? Not just a half of a pound or 1 pound, but I wanted a 5-pound difference. It literally stole my life. It stole my attention away from what I truly wanted for myself, my health. It stole me away from peace, from being at ease and calm in my body. So today I'd love for us to discuss these symptoms of weight and from a psychological perspective. But first, before we go any further, let's get started with that vitality score. Since we are talking about body weight today, I think it is super important for us to take a look at where are we physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually with our energy. So with your physical body today on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being your physical body feels heavy, lethargic, to a 10 being you feel light, you are energized, you've got plenty of energy to last through the day. Next, write down your number. Next, let's go to mentally. And if your physical score was low, then you'll want to look at your mental energy score. So mentally, between a 1 and a 10, 1 being your thoughts are foggy, your thoughts are negative, your thoughts are less than, you feel just like you're in a mental trap. That's around a 1 to a 5, or you between a 5 and a 10, where you are clarity, on point, you're strong in your positivity. Put your number down. Now, emotionally, it could also be dragging your body down by stealing some of that energy. And so emotionally, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 to 5 being emotionally imbalanced. You feel emotionally moody, on edge, or are you between a 5 and a 10 where you're emotionally balanced? You feel great. You feel on point with how you are approaching your life today. Put your number down and then move on to your spiritual. Spiritually, where are you on your energy score today? Spiritually, do you feel connected? That's more of a 10. Alignment, it's a 10. Between a 5 and a 10. Or are you scoring between a 1 and a 5? You're disconnected today. Did you not take the time this morning to get centered and connected, and you feel a little disjointed and out of sorts? That's going to be between a 1 and a 5. Tally it up. High score is a 40. If you're between 30 and 40, you're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're below a 30, let's take a little look. This is just a mirror for us to be able to go in and see what area am I not attending to that needs some help. All right. Yeah, so have fun with that score. Each week you get to look and notice and see what is needing some help. What is needing help for you? Weight is the screen that prevents us from looking within for the whisper of who we truly are. For today's topic on the 4 psychological symptoms of stress and how we see, or symptoms of weight and how we see that, I wanted to bring this thought to you. And let's repeat it again. And I've put it up on the screen for you so you can take a deeper look at it. Weight is the screen that prevents us from looking within for the whisper of who we truly are. So how many times have you stepped on the scale and All that was in your mind was what that number said. It blocked you from your full expression. The number makes us small. It shrinks our internal power when we're stressed about that number. And notice that when you step on the scale and you feel really good about it, you go, oh, and you are a sanguine, right? In the personality type, sanguine is the rah rah girl, you know, the cheerleader. She's the center of attention, center of the show. You know, that's the sanguine. And when we see the number and we love the number and the number feels good to us, then we tend to be really outgoing. But if the number says something that disappoints us, then we go into edgy, moody, not feeling good about who we are and what we're doing. And we think that that number is defining us. And we go into this huge reactive phase. And then we tend to ignore it. And we're going to walk through all of these stages and steps of what we think about our weight on an even deeper level as we move through the show today. But before we do, I wanted to share a couple more things with y'all to really give you some visuals around this. It is, I believe it is a lot more empowering when you see these visuals. So how about this one? How you experience your day is determined by the number on the scale. And I love this cartoon thing. This one cartoon character is trying to prevent the other one from getting on the scale because don't step on it. It makes people grumpy. And it does. It can make us so grumpy. And we don't want the scale to have that much power over us, but we can't help but step on it. Have you ever noticed that? That if the scale is out in your bathroom, it's like a magnet. It draws you to it because that has been the basis of your self-esteem. The scale has been the sounding board of how you feel about yourself, and it will tell you exactly, oh, today you're going to feel real edgy because I'm not going to reflect a really good number for you. And then we go about being edgy. But if the scale decides to be kind and to give us a few pounds off, then we love the scale, and the scale is our best friend, and we go out with enthusiasm in our day. Do y'all see the insanity of this? It is so insane that we fall into this trap. The scale was designed to weigh goods, to weigh product like diamonds or that kind of thing, natural elements of the earth. That's what this scale was designed for. And whoever thought it'd be a good idea to transfer that into body weight was just insane. That should never, ever, ever have been allowed for us to go from weighing goods to weighing our bodies. Because what do? We judge ourselves based off of that number. And it hinders us in our empowerment every single time. I've got a couple more for you. Now, this one I think you are going to love, right? This is much better. This is the way they could have developed the scale, and yet they did not. I love that so much. So the scale is up to the ceiling and you're standing on it for those on my podcast. And so the scale is on top and you're on bottom and it's weighing you that way. And that is just like the perfect way for a scale to weigh a person, because really what the scale is saying you weigh is untruth. It is, it's untruth. It's just a number, just a number. So y'all, when the weight of your body and how your body becomes the focus in our life, we use it, the number on the scale or the size of our body, as the screen, as the filter. through which all our experiences are viewed, judged, and criticized. That's what I mean by weight is the screen that prevents you from being the beauty that you are, is because we use it as that screen, that filter, that lens in which we view all of our experiences and judge them. So let's just drop the weight, shall we? Let's just drop it. Because whatever we think about, we bring about. What we think, we become. What you think correlates with the chemistry of your body. What all of those statements mean is that what you attend in your mind more often, over and over again, is what you will see reflected in your body and in your life. So if you look in the mirror and put your body down over and over and over again, what's going to happen? Your body is going to go, oh, yes, that's what you want. Of course, I will become just like that. And your body will begin to become distorted and not the body that you had had before. Have you ever looked at photos from past years? Let's say when you were a teenager and even in your 20s, and you look at those photos, it's been 20 years, 30 years, 40 years since then. You look at those photos and you think, wow, I was so lost in my head because I thought I looked horrible. I thought I was overweight. I thought, I hear all of these people that I work with, all of my clients that I work with, I asked them, when did you live at your ideal weight? And the ideal weight they are coming up with today was an ideal weight that they thought they were overweight in earlier in their life. We are so hard on ourselves, so mean. When in all actuality, if we let go of that scale and that number and just were with our body and did the 3 things I'm going to encourage you to do today in order to help elevate that relationship between you and your body, you would never have that issue of wishing you had a body that you didn't. So let's get to the 4 psychological ways in which we work with our body. Y'all, one of the psychological ways we work with our weight is through ignoring. We ignore. We put our head in the sand and we ignore the symptoms of weight. We disregard our body's call for attention. We are hoping against hope that there is a magical solution, that when we wake up in the morning and we step on the scale, it's going to magically be different. We didn't have to do anything to change it. But without education and awareness, we are going to miss out on that chance for healing. If we continue to ignore and put our head in the sand, we will miss the boat on the beautiful message that the body is trying to tell us, to share with us, so that we are more empowered, we are calm, confident, and we go out and do what we were intended to do in this life. The second way, the second symptom of weight, a way that we react to it, is by reacting. We get in that fight mode that, okay, this is what you're saying on that scale. Today, I am going to not eat until 1 o'clock. I am going to stop eating at 4 o'clock. I am going to drink water like it was going out of style. I'm going to flood my body so that it just, all the fat will wash right out. I am going to work out for 3 hours today. Not just 1, but I'm going to go 3. Right? We get intense and we get in that fighting mode that, like, we're going to get in the ring with our body weight and we're going to start punching it out. That's that reactive mode. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that the moment we go into that fighting mode is the moment our body begins to store fat. It stores fat and it uses your lean tissue for energy because it's got to have energy. It's got it. So it's got to pull it from somewhere. And if you're in a stress mode, a fighting mode, then it's going to go to your lean tissue. No, 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 no. Because then when you jump on the scale, it may say that you've dropped some really good weight, but what's going to happen when you go to your normal way of eating after restricting and punishing yourself and fighting it and losing the lean tissue? And believe me, this is what I did one time. I lost all this lean tissue. And I went and jumped on the scale and went, oh my gosh, I have never weighed this before in my life. Oh, I'm skinny, I'm skinny. I mean, wow, it felt so good. I go back and look at myself now at pictures then, and I think, oh my gosh, I cannibalized so bad. It was just like a skeleton, skin on a skeleton. Yuck. What happens is when you get back to your normal, the normal that patterns create, your normal eating pattern that is created all of your life without correcting it. When you get back to that, your body is going to put on even more weight faster. Why? Because you lost the fat furnace. Your muscle is the fat furnace. And if you lost it, then you don't got no fat furnace and you're going to pack on more and more and more weight. And then you're really not going to like that because it puts on twice as much weight as what you lost. It's not a pretty picture. We don't go into fight mode. And today, that restrictive dieting and over exercising, some people say, oh yeah, it's not really around anymore. You know, everybody's really getting into the kinds of diets, the fasting, the exercising at a moderate level. Well, I know there is still over exercising going around. It's easy to do. And then the restrictive dieting now is AKA fasting. I love fasting. I think fasting is phenomenal when you do it for the right reasons. When you fast for health reasons, when you fast for a spiritual reason, beautiful. But if you're fasting to lose weight, if you're fasting to get the gunk out so you can start losing weight, if you have this skewed perception around what the fast is really for, it's not beneficial, it's punishing and restrictive. Fasting is a spiritual experience. And the kind of fasting I'm talking about right now are those 3-day fasts, 3 to 7 day to 10-day fasts, and even longer. The intermittent fasting, where you fast for anywhere from 12 to 18 hours, 20 hours, it's great. It's beautiful as long as it's done as a mode for your health and not for restrictive, punishing reasons. The moment we go into restriction and punishment is the moment we are going to lose. And we're not going to lose in a good way, in the weight way. Now, the third way that we can be with these symptoms of weight that we have, this is where we take responsibility. We take personal responsibility for being in this place where we are. We slow down. We approach the symptom of weight with thoughtfulness, with consideration. This is where we open up the door for solutions, for answers. What is the body really whispering to me? What does this weight really mean? Why is this weight coming on right now? Is it hormonal? Is it because I've been eating later at night? Is it because I've added this? You know, sometimes we'll add an exception food one time, maybe 2 times, and all of a sudden we end up doing it every single day, whereas before it had never been a part of your program, right? This phase just helps us to see on an even deeper level, what have I added into my diet that I didn't have before? That maybe isn't working for me. It's not working in my favor because I have increased adipose tissue. What is that about? What is it really telling me? And sometimes it's not about food at all. Sometimes it could be you are under a tremendous amount of stress. And when we're under stress, what does our body do? It goes into protection. And when your body mind complex is in protective mode, guess what it does? It brings on more fat, because fat is insulation. It's insulating you, it's protecting you, it's comforting you. Makes you feel happy. Another reason why you could have put on some weight that is being revealed when you're in this place of response is maybe it's hormones. Maybe your hormones have taken a shift. Maybe you're moving into that time of your life where hormones are shifting, your body is changing, and you're still treating your body like you did in your 30s, when now you're entering into your 50s and it just isn't responding the same. Maybe things just need to shift a little bit. Maybe in this place, the door has opened up and it's been revealed to you that hardcore exercising is great 3 days a week. And maybe the other 3 days, it's time for something different, like yoga or stretch. Maybe it's time for some meditation. We don't totally drop the ball on the program that we've been doing for so long that did work and now is no longer working. When this door opens to get you to take a look at what you have been doing in the past, and you are taking a deep look at the activities that you've had in your life, it's not that you totally drop them, it's that you maneuver them. You mold them into what feels good for you today, what feels balanced for you today. The next level that we can go to on this, on the fourth one, the fourth symptom of weight, is when we deepen our awareness even more. And this, and awareness and understanding. And this is when I say, oh, let's do some mirror work. Let's do a letter from your body. Let's deepen it and understand what is happening and what is really going on. And when you write a letter from your body to you, you're going to get an incredible message that is so deep and so aware that it will bring tears to your eyes. That your body can actually have that deep of a message for you usually is surprising. But I encourage you, when you get to this level, when you're done with your reaction, when you're done with your avoidance and reaction, and you're going into the responding and the deepening, I encourage you to write that letter from your body and just see what your body has to say. So the 3 things, my pro tips for you today is to begin flowing through these levels is to slow down. You've got to slow down, y'all. It's fast out there. The external world is fast. Staying on your phone, being on your phone, it's fast. You can get to information quickly. You can send information quickly. You can receive information quickly. You can post whenever you need to, morning, noon, or night. It's fast, fast, fast. I encourage you to slow down. The way we slow down is we slow down. That's it. You just put the brakes on and you slow down. Breathe, and breathe a lot, deeply, long, slow, smooth, deep, and even. Tip number 2, you change your talk. Change the language around your body and the way you feel about your body. Change that language to positivity, to love, to acceptance. And number 3, begin playing in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror, and the change talk that we just talked about, the affirmation, the acceptance, begin accepting your body with what you see in the mirror. Begin accepting it and sending love to you versus criticism and judgment. Thank you, y'all. This is it for the whispering of your body and not the shout. I love when the body whispers and doesn't shout. I'm glad you joined me today for this show. And if you need me, if you have any questions around it, please link up with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, any of those. I am on all the social media platforms, and I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you for joining me today for Ashley's Heart Song. Join me again next week as we continue to armor up our lives.